Good afternoon, children. Another weekend, another story. So, today I'm going to tell you a very nice story. It is a story from Rudyard Kipling, and Rudyard Kipling was one of the great English writers. He wrote a lot of tales. The Jungle Book, remember? So, the name of the story is The Elephant's Child. There was once upon a time an elephant, and the elephant had no trunk. In fact, none of the elephants had a trunk. All the elephants had for a nose was a blackish, bulgy snout. Have you seen snouts of dogs? Which could sniffle and snuffle but couldn't pick anything up. And at this time there lived a very, very young elephant's child. So young that the world was still strange to him. And he was finding out all about it by asking his family and friends a lot of questions. The elephant's child found out about things such as where the sun slept. So according to him, the sun slept inside the deep lake. Why his friend the zebra had stripes? Because he would have looked very silly with spots. And why anteaters ate ants? Because they weren't called pigeon eaters or turtle eaters, were they? But there were still a couple of things the elephant's child did not know. What did Mr. Crocodile look like? What did Crocodile have for his dinner? And because the elephant's child had no more family or friends to whom he could have asked these questions, he wandered away on his own to find out the answers. By and by, the elephant's child reached the great grey-green greasy Limpopo River, set all about with fever trees. There he came across a lumpy log of wood lying in the water, blinking its yellow eyes and smiling a toothy grin. Ooh. "Excuse me," said the elephant's child, "can you tell me what Mr. Crocodile looks like?" "Well, yes, I can," said the lumpy log of wood. "I am Mr. Crocodile, and I look like this." "Thank you very much," said the elephant's child. "I don't mean to be a bother and a nuisance, but can you also please tell me what Mr. Crocodile has for his dinner?" "Now, that's a big secret," beamed Mr. Crocodile. "Kneel down and bend close to me, and I will whisper it into your ear." All excited, the elephant's child knelt down and bent close to Mr. Crocodile. Snap! Mr. Crocodile opened his long, razor-sharp jaws and clammed it between them, the elephant's child's little nose. "Oh!" yelled the elephant's child. "Let go! You are hurting me!" But Mr. Crocodile didn't let go. He held on higher than ever and pulled and pulled and pulled. Now the elephant's child liked swimming, but he didn't want to go into the water today. So he sat back on his wrinkled trousers and pulled and pulled and pulled. Mr. Crocodile thrashed with his wide, flat tail, sending water splashing everywhere, and he pulled and pulled and pulled. And the elephant's child dug deep with his broad, round feet into the mud. He too pulled and pulled and pulled. Just when the elephant's child thought that he was going to have to take a dip anyway, a friendly, bi-colored python, rock snake, wriggled past and saw that the elephant's child was having a bit of trouble. The friendly, bi-colored python rock snake helpfully tied his head around the elephant's child's waist and looped his tail's end around a handy nearby boulder. Boulder is a big stone and pulled and pulled and pulled. Suddenly, the elephant's child's nose came free with a plop. Nose came out. That echoed all round the fever trees, up and down the great grey-green, great Limpopo River. "Thank you very much," said the elephant's child to the bi-coloured python rock snake, and he began to wrap his very sore nose in cool banana leaves. But the elephant's child did not like the feel of what had happened to it. His nose felt longer and thinner and definitely well stretched. He sat in the mud, looking dejected and touching it tenderly. He was very, 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 very sad, and he was touching it tenderly. "That's a fine long trunk you have got there," said the friendly bi-coloured python rock snake. "I'll bet you can pick things up with that and use it to shower yourself with water and all that sorts." "Really?" said the elephant's child, brightening up. "I'd say that trunk is very useful and very handsome too," said the friendly bi-coloured python rock snake. "I'll bet that when you go back home, all the other elephants will want one just like yours." And so he wasn't surprised at all when, some weeks later, he saw a long queue of elephants, a long line of elephants, all queuing up on the banks of the river, Great Limpopo River, set all about with fever trees, to see Mr. Crocodile and ask him what he had for dinner. I hope you liked the story, and now you know how the elephant got its long, long trunk and how he uses the trump to trumpet. So enjoy your weekend, children. Thank you.